Hello everybody, welcome to Ignatius. Congratulations all the guys, you are the first visitors of my first video clip in my first personal channel. Yeah, you found my mask a bit curious, right? But before start of this video, I would like to ask you a very simple question. So which country do you think is a major competitor against the United States right now? 3 seconds of thinking. China, right? China, yeah, fair enough. The Taiwan Strait issues, Uyghur people, democracy, everything is very concerning, crucial, and will shape the world for the coming 20, 30, or even 100 years. So, I know you're interested in China's political system and how the things were done there, but it is almost impossible to break that down in about 20 minutes. What I'm gonna do right now is to trace it back to the history to establish yourself a very basic image of China's country, of China as a country throughout a whole thousands of years history. One side of land will nurture one side of people, and the geographical features of this land will shape the community. The community's development will bring out civilization. So it is safe to say that civilization is from the history, and to some extent is a driving force of the history. China is such a kind of continental and agricultural country. The Qing dynasty, as the very first unified dynasty of China, has left a very deep mark on land. The whole system was called Qing system. It has lasted for about 2,000 years. It has pros and cons, but to understand China's history, it is very important to understand the system of Qing. It is similar to the Roman Empire. The final shape of Qing's system has experienced 10 years of expansion wars, but the progression of it and preparation for the war has expanded 6 kings of the kingdom. The landscape Qing has conquered mostly from the vassals assigned by Zhou dynasty. Zhou dynasty is another topic we're going to cover in later videos, not today, but I'm going to have a basic introduction about it, about China's political system, especially before Qing dynasty. So, I'm going to start that with one character. As you know, Chinese characters are oracles, right? It is in a way to copy the events and objects in the nature, right? There is one appearance of character has not changed for 3,500 years. That is the word king, Wang. It is combined by 3 parallel lines and 1 vertical line in between. So the 3 parallel lines stand for the heaven, earth, and people, the 3 major elements in this world. And the vertical line has combined them together, so it is called the king, or the son of heaven. Legitimacy can be told from this character. It is a mandate of heaven. But at that time, the iron smelting technique was not transmitted to China yet. The very small number of bronzeware, can hardly meet the request to weaponizing an army or play an important role as a farming tools. So only the royal family's members are weaponized with bronzeware in the army, and normal peasants can only use the wooden tool to farm and to build up the road, and very small number of royal family, very backward political transportational system, the traffic system. The kingdom's power cannot be expanded throughout the whole area. So then there is no other choices. The king has to assign his relative, the royal family members and ministers loyal to him to manage the land for him. In order to control these people, to maintain their loyalty, morality will be a good choice. There is a morality system called Li, or in English we call it a right, to ensure the people's social level, to settle down the people's social levels, discipline what kind of privileges they can enjoy in a society, and what kind of responsibility they should take towards a kingdom. It's very detailed, from what kind of wagon you can take, to how often you gotta go to the capital and meet the king, or what is the size of your army. It is very easy to tell the right existence is a kind of constraining of morality and also a constraining of behavior. It has a very first step legalization power. But this right is from the morality, and morality has given the kingdom its legitimacy. So once the morality is broken, it'll be very dangerous for the government. So once the morality is vanished, the country will be dismembered. That is the later period of Zhou dynasty, which is called the Spring and Autumn and Warring period. You may find a bit curious to see the word Spring and Autumn period, okay? Yeah, that is because most of wars in that period took place in spring and autumn. Take a guess, why that? Because spring and autumn was not that cold, not that hot, and you got a plenty of food supply. So it's it's kind of suitable time for the war, right? In spring and autumn period, the ironware was already transmitted to China, but was not largely applied into the production. China by that age, even though morality has lost its power to maintain the country's central government, but it does still has an effect within different vessels, or the leader of the different vassals are facing to be overthrown by their ministers as well. In this kind of subtle period, I call it the infant period of a new system, or we can call it as an echoing period of an old system. It's like a candle. When it's about to extinguish, it always brings out a very bright, even brighter light, or the brightest light. The Confucius mind, Confucius school, his academy is a very apparent evidence. Confucius is an admirer of the right of Zhou and tried to restore its authority, but in fact it is not realizable. It is not practical by the time. But the civilization and the moralities within the civilization will not die out that fast. In this period of new system, in this period of an infinite new system, there are many philosophers, politicians. Some of them are serving their masters with loyalty, and some are going around the country to promote their political ideology. After a while, the right has come to its former end. It has no control within a vassal's ministers, and plus the expansion of ironware. More members, more people are joining the army, and more production of the food has embarked a significant promotion of the country's war potential. And this time, there is one important member of the vassals, which is called Jing. Its leader was usurped by 3 ministers, and the whole country was dismembered into 3 parts. And this event has marked the coming of warring age. It is very common to see that a war machine without any constraining will pour its anger on the neighbors. By this time, a person called Shangyang has promoted his ideology of politics to the king of Qing. He thinks that the peasants cannot be constrained by morality, but should be repressed by strong power of the central government. This should be used by the government, so channel to promote this social level should be introduced. But at the same time, the harsh punishment should make them fear the government, so they will not turn against the king. Therefore, the people, the common soldiers, can promote their levels by the evidence of the enemy's head or left ear. But a general conflict in the neighborhood can be really hard punished. A fight will lead to a kind of punishment to cut out the nose or the leg. The government encouraged the people to report each other. The people who are not willing to report others will be punished as same guilty. If the neighbors will get punished if a person has committed a crime. Thus, Qing Kingdom has finally become an expansion war machine. It has taken out, wiped out every other vassal, and has established its dynasty called Qing, the very first unified kingdom in China's history. The system is cruel, but also offered a promotion channel for the peasant, for the general people. Then please, my friend, take a guess. Who would think this system heinous? Yeah, that is royal families of Qing. When the old king of Qing has died out, Shangyang has become their targets. After being forced to escape from the capital, he was reported by a rural hotel's owner for not being able to show the passport, and his result is to be dismembered. The weirdest thing is that the system of passport was designed by himself. But you, my dear friend, do you think such a system will be lasting after the unification? Yeah, its collapse isn't sudden, but that will be covered in our later videos. Thank you very much.